This is John at Olympian Exotics. A customer of mine asked me to do a little quick video of the custom-made racks that I build. Here's just basically a display model of a 27 tub hatchling rack. I can go ahead and show you. These can come fully enclosed or more like this. This is more of like an economy version. So you can see there's an open spot right there. But beyond that, it's all solid, you know. These, I usually install back heat on these. I can do it with heat, without heat, with belly heat. I do charge more for belly heat because it's a lot more work intensive, and the heat tape itself costs more. Personally, I like back heat better because it works just as well as in my experience, and you don't have nearly the same risk of fires or failure, and it's cheaper too. So I don't really see the advantage to belly heat, but if you really want belly heat, we can make that happen. So you can see this is a 27 tub. You see there's the back heat installed right there. All you have to do is plug that into a thermostat, put the probe in wherever you decide is the best place to put it. Usually I put it in the back right corner on the side wall. So maybe usually I'll put it maybe right about here on the side wall, and then set that at 88 degrees or so, and then it'll create a nice range of temperatures inside the tub. But obviously some people say stick it right to the back heat, personally, or to the heat tape rather, and personally I don't really like that, but if you find that to work best for you, that's fine with me, as long as you watch the temperatures inside the tub and make sure it maintains what you're aiming for. That's all that matters. So you can see these tubs, 6-quart tubs. I get these at Dollar General. These are the little bit more rectangular ones. You can also get the more rounded ones at Walmart. The rounded ones have they're slightly less tall, so basically you'd have a slightly bigger gap in here if you used a rounded one. I like these a little better. They just feel a little sturdier to me, but both of them work, no worries. So you can see this holds 3 hatchling tubs per level. So that way you got 9 levels, so you got 27 tubs right there. I found that the 3 wide is pretty much the most economic way of building them, and it still maintains a good structural integrity. If you go wider than 3, then you're going to have to worry about warping on the XPVC. These are all XPVC racks. I don't know if I mentioned that or not. These are all 1/2 inch. I have white PVC and black PVC. So you can see there's this writing on here. That's actually a protective little plastic sheet, and that peels off. I just leave that on so that way you don't get, if there's any marks or dirt or anything like that while it's in transit or anything like that, that comes off right when you peel the sheet off, and then you gotta make sure you keep it clean. With the white, it does get dirty pretty easily, but obviously if you ever are worried about mites or anything like that, you're definitely gonna see them on this white PVC. But then again, you also see dirt, stuff like that. It does look really nice and clean as long as you can keep it clean. So if you like the white, then that's the way to go. Also, the black is the same price, so you can always go with black. If you have any questions about them, just let me know. I do kind of typically I ask people, since I'm doing custom racks, how loose they want it or how tight they want it. Some people like them really snug, some people like it a little bit more loose. Generally speaking, I try to aim for it slides without making any bad noises or anything like that. But obviously you don't want it to be too loose. So if you're going to keep, let's say baby corn snakes or baby sand boas or something like that, then you're going to want them more snug. Whereas if you're keeping ball pythons, even if you had a 1/4 inch gap in there, the ball python still isn't going to squeeze through. So, I mean, it's kind of, you definitely want to mention that to me, how tight you want it, or how loose you want it, because depending on the species, it can make a difference. Anything else? If you have any questions about them, let me know. I do these custom built. So this one right here, I'm doing 27 tub hatchling racks with back heat and tubs for $270. If you need it shipped and stuff like that, I ship them disassembled. And then, so if you're going to get one like this, if you're going to have it shipped, I'd say just save your $27. That would come out of the $270, so they're $1 each, so then it would be down to $243 plus shipping, and then you just buy the tubs at Dollar General or Walmart, whichever tub model you wanted to use. and that way you don't have to pay for shipping tubs that you can just pick up at any store. So that would be what I would recommend on that. Anything else? On the bigger racks, I don't ship. So if you're going for anything bigger than 4 feet tall, I don't really ship those, because then you're going to have a really big box, and it's just going to be uneconomical, basically. I know some of the other shippers will do that, and then they're shipping freight and stuff like that, and that just gets into like crazy prices, and then there's all sorts of risks with damaging the product and all that kind of stuff. There's still a risk of damage, but when I disassemble them, I usually like bubble wrap them up, or at the very least saran wrap them up, so that way they're the edges are protected and stuff like that, and it pretty much eliminates the risk of damage, because then it's just like a big solid piece of plastic rather than all these gaps with a complete assembled rack. Trying to think. I do a lot of times I'll do 11 highs, or the 7 highs. The 7 high is the 7 high 28 quarts are the same as these in terms of height. So these are 48 inches tall for a 27 tub hatchling rack, or a 7 high 28 quart rack. Also, if you're doing the wide ones, then the 28 quarts and the 12 quarts are compatible, so that's kind of nice. You can switch them from a 12 quart to a 28 quart, just depending, because you can have 2 12 quarts next to in the equivalent spot of a 28 quart. I guess I'm getting a bit into specifications and stuff like that, but I can build these pretty much to how you like them. You just gotta give me the information of how you want to build, and then I can give you a quote, and we can go from there. I do, when I'm assembling them, I do require at least a half of the total payment down to cover the materials. But then beyond that, if you're gonna pick it up in person, that's always best. You can just pay me cash in person after we get the deposit set. And shipping, a lot of people just send me the full amount in shipping, and then they just get it when it's assembled and ready to go. But I'll do, if you want to do half down, then half when it's completed before shipping, then we can do that too. I'm pretty flexible with the payments. I don't do any work now without having a deposit down, because I've just had too many people flake out and saying that they want it, and then they just never get back to me, and I try to message them, they never respond. So we're not doing that anymore. But if you have any questions, just send me a message at Olympian Exotics, the business page, or at my personal page, it's Jonathan Sked. You can message me either place is fine. And that's pretty much it, I think. If you have any questions, just let me know.